And welcome back to Show Title Pending. We're here somewhat live from the alley on the corner of Skid Row. All right, guys, welcome back.
We're not even near Skid Row. What are you talking about?
I don't know, dude.
How far are we from Skid Row? Where does
We're
it
not
start?
far. I think it's
Does it start at where the loft is at 7th Street or no, right?
We're like less than a mile from it, aren't we?
yeah. It's right behind Loft.
I guess where it starts.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're recording at another studio in downtown LA because the other one was just a little bit too echoey, and I kept getting shit from, hey Bravo, we got to deal with this echo, and I'm like, I have no money, so we decided to. I think this is the old studio we recorded the first season.
They redecorated it.
What are your thoughts?
Looks nice. Looks nice. I mean,
It looks better.
we got wood tables here.
we
got this.
We now look like a genuine talk
Yeah.
show with the background and the front little.
Fucking Maury Povich.
I think if anything, he built it more for actors now, right? The way it looks.
It looks like a talk show setup.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like we're here to talk about, diabetes or some shit.
So, Toby, thank you for coming to the show.
Wait.
yeah.
Wait.
Okay, good.
Shut up.
I just needed to see if it was blinking. Do you see that one blinking?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I am very paranoid about
No, that's
stuff.
perfectly fine.
It's
Just interrupt my bit, fucking whatever.
Yeah, no problem. I made it better.
I've added some production quality with actual comedy. I was gonna say. So, Toby, welcome. Thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah, thanks
So,
for having me back.
How long have you known that you have in fact been Asian?
Shoot. I remember, I think I was 8 years old, and they're like, "Oh, you're Asian." I'm like, "Huh?" And then later, I remember the next day, I was brushing my teeth, and I would get that little chair, and I go up and watch myself, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I am Asian."
Just like when a baby just out of nowhere realizes they have a conscience, they're like playing in the mud. My taxes.
I saw my eyes were like commas.
Fucking hyphens.
Yeah, I fits.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh yeah. It sucks because you have little slits for eyes, and it's hard because you ever notice a lot of Asians wear glasses because they're always perpetually squinting.
It's the pinhole effect, yeah.
Yeah, because then you think by squinting you're you could see better, but you're just straining your eyes, so they're just perpetually just squinting all the time. I'm not trying to sound racist. It's just from my own
own observation.
my own observation and research. We're collecting notes. You can't see. Okay.
You can't see.
You were at the playground doing a social study.
Yeah.
Saying,
Talk
so
to
when you
them.
tell me your house, how do you identify Asian? Interesting.
And they're just climbing the monkey bar. Stop asking me questions, man.
I just want to play.
just answer it.
Look, could you answer this quick census?
Yeah.
Like 4-year-old you.
Just like in the scene from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where the I think it was Charlie, the real crazy guy.
By the way, where are you at right now?
Huh?
Where are you at? Your scene, I just realized your background does not match anything.
Dude, I told you that's why I'm in the alley in Skid Row.
He's in Skid Row.
And we're at a talk show. I even got a plant. I don't know if you can see the plant.
No, we can't. No, it's because we didn't have enough in the budget for me to actually be in the room, so they couldn't afford to house me in here, so they put me out in the back.
They here, this is your lot.
All I had is an extension cable running down the water.
Wait, let me see if I can get the plant in the shot.
Just rip the plant.
No, I got rid of the plant. This is fucking.
All right, now
Okay,
it's like
cool.
on your show.
It is there.
It's there. You got one over there too.
It's
fake.
now that we're talking about the day we found out what our race was. When I found out I was Latino, not even Mexican, because I wasn't brown enough to be Mexican.
You're still not.
Was to say this is what I mean. I'm not even accepted by my own culture.
If I didn't know you, I could kind of take you as Filipino. Haven't told you that?
I've gotten that before. Yeah, I've gotten Persian.
Yeah.
I've gotten Middle Eastern. I am 2% Jewish. I did the DNA test, so
DNA test.
Yeah, you did.
Do you think it'd be useless for an Asian to take a DNA? It's like, huh? I'm Vietnamese. You know, like
We look at the data from like 23andMe amongst the Asian population. The sales have plummeted.
Well, like, is there like an Asian race you're not familiar with?
I don't know. You know, for all I know, I might be like a little bit of Laos or some kind of, I don't know what Asians. You know,
Is that a bad thing?
I don't know. I don't care.
Let us know in the comments below. Do you hate the Lao?
Let me ask you this: if you were Laos, would you try to learn the language?
No, I don't even know Vietnamese, bro. Dude, I hate. You know that has it ever happened to you? Like your mom and dad?
I'm not
like,
Vietnamese, so
No. But like when it comes to like speaking your own language, and they'll blame you for not knowing it. And it's like,
No, you know what? I've had that with random people. They kind of look at me like I'm the devil. Like, what do you mean you don't speak Spanish? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't speak it.
all the time. And my mom would say that to me. And say, bitch, you're my first teacher. You're no one not teaching me. You're not giving me homework. You know, I'm watching TV all the damn time. You know?
She didn't take you to those after school schools.
We had it and it was useless. It was, dude, I remember how old was I? Maybe it was 7 or 8. And we had this this Chinese, like
After school
Chinese
program.
school.
Yeah.
And like, dude, that thing was like, I felt like it was like some kind of commie thing, you know? Everyone's lined up, you know? And then they would have this horn, like those little speakers. And
Where was this at?
shoot, where was it?
Is that on Garvey?
It's next to my house. It's that big plaza. You know from work,
Mhm.
and then you go down. It's just the biggest plaza there.
Yeah. On the right hand side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was right next to it. It used the place ends up being. I think they're doing they're fixing school buses there now, but it used to be a whole like building where we had like freaking classes, and they would try to speak Chinese to you, and they don't try to speak to me. I'm like, what? What are you saying? I don't understand.
So you never understood it? No.
No, I mean, I know when they're angry, you know, then you can pick it up.
I think you can tell that with any language that they're angry.
Yeah.
Just in their tone of voice.
I mean, isn't that how dogs understand? They don't really understand our language. They just read how we're feeling.
They just see our faces. Just get mad. No, I never had to do after school program. But I've had people look at me weird because I don't speak Spanish, but like I just start making like weird noises so that it makes them look dumb and that I'm not Hispanic. No. Like I had like these girls one time were just like in Spanish. I could tell they're talking shit and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, he doesn't speak Spanish, you know. So I just started making like it's really bad. They're just random noises. And they looked at me like, oh, he's a different kind of brown man. And they left me alone after that.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, like I've heard the word. I don't know if it's allowed to be even said on because it's not a slur like on YouTube, but like I've heard race traitor.
What's that?
What's that?
It's in the
Is it like
name.
stock trading?
No, traitor.
Yeah.
Like I betrayed you.
Oh, that makes way,
No,
way
dude,
more.
they're coming in to get a booster pack of races. You're like, yo, dude, I got a shiny Latino Mexican this season.
I need a Mongolian. You want to trade? This sounds horrible.
Do you think at some point in the future, like science will have evolved and we're not replaced by AI completely? We go to like you know, like tanning salons. You go to get a tan. You're like, feeling a little Korean today. And they go like, hi, welcome to the race trader. What can we do for you? He's like,
Trade your race.
he's like,
You know what? That will probably happen once like the flat Earth people like learn how to take off on their ship going straight up. Have you seen those videos,
No.
dude? Using their science, they launch a ship, and that thing goes up, and it's like, they're gonna make it, and then gravity comes in and just goes straight down to the ground. And every time they get out and survive, they're like, man, we'll achieve it next time. I was like, no, bro. You're doing the wrong math.
no, you said gravity then takes effect. Like it hasn't been on the entire time. That the one's like, nope.
Did that happen recently or like a few years ago where they tried to send a rocket up and then it just kind of went to the side and then
Yeah.
no, it was China. It was China. And then I think the rocket hit a village.
Oh shit.
You know what maybe it was like they tried to make it seem like, oh, we're doing that, but actually it was a missile.
That was intentional.
Oh, I don't know.
Just thing you know. Conspiracy theories.
Welcome to the conspiracy segment of the podcast.
To imagine being the guy who heads the whole thing. Huh. That didn't work well.
He looks at his centimeters.
Centimeters. That's why I was off.
Where
My bad.
are my glasses?
Oh, God.
Dude, imagine, this is horrible. Like they're in the room. They just saw the crash line. Well, C-44 didn't work. Time to C-45.
Oh, God.
No, dude. Have you heard of Chinesium?
Chinese. Yeah.
So I got this. I got the word, or I learned about the word from like this. It was a Chinese, like a TikTok or a link Instagram post, where it shows like Chinese workers, like they're the construction workers, and one of them says, almost in broken English, Chinesium, and you could see the reporter who's speaking like Chinese, like say, "What is that?" or like make it sound like, "What is that?" Because I don't understand. He goes over to like what appears to be a concrete wall. He just punches.
I think I seen that.
He rips like half of it off, and he's like. But like then like a major like infrastructure company like kind of do a Ponzi scheme and just like run away with people's money that they build like
I remember seeing this
hundreds of
on
these
YouTube.
high-rise-
Yeah.
yeah.
The one in LA, one of them.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it was a Chinese company that was building those luxury buildings. And in fact, if we could somehow get back on the roof, you could see the building. It's right over there where the convention center is. It's all sprayed up. It's all tagged up. That was a building that was like,
Wow.
it was in the billions, I think. And they ran out.
Wait, is that the one that has the little, looks like a Pepsi sign?
No. That's the Korean building.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
No,
I
no,
know
no.
which time you're talking
You know
about.
where the
Yeah, yeah,
convention center is?
Yeah.
So, you know how they have all those luxury apartments right there?
Okay.
There's one right across the street from the convention center, or like the walk path between the convention center and the crypto center.
Sure.
That one had like $1 to $2 billion in it, and it ran out of money, so they just abandoned it. So now you have this unfinished high rise up there, and people went up there and they tagged every floor.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you go, you'll see just like spray tags.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get a photo and just put it there. It looks cool. It looks cool because when we went to the Kings game a couple weeks back, I saw it. I was like, oh, this is the building. You just see it go just all the way up.
I wonder if they're gonna like demolish.
No,
Because they can't demolish it, right? It's not like the city's property, I guess.
no, the city inherited it. I think the city now owns it because it was abandoned.
Yeah. So
And I think they're
finders
gonna.
keepers.
Well, I think they were gonna do like halfway houses for it, but it's a real nice area. I don't think people want that. So
I mean, look, that's one thing. I'm gonna just grief a little bit because I've seen nothing but like these fancy apartments being constructed in different cities, like where I'm at here, even farther eastland or west. Who the fuck is renting these?
people who can afford it.
Yeah.
Which is I usually see like,
Let me put it a different way. People who aren't us
yes,
that can
correct.
afford it.
I saw this video, I think it was on Instagram, where this guy, like, he was in a vlog and he was going around like, guys, I feel alone in this apartment, but like there's lights on everywhere. I hear sounds of people existing. And he's like, I walked out to my mailbox and I always see a guy in a business suit at any time of night talking on his phone, a guy walking his dog every time I leave. And he puts a camera and he shows like the different lights.
Mhm.
And he says that window's always on, that window's always on at any point of the day. And you put like the camera or like, I guess the microphone near like the floor. He says, listen, and it's like the same conversation happening over and over. He's like, and right now she's going to ask, where have you been? And you hear, where have you been? And he's like, dude, am I the only fucking guy in this entire like apartment complex? And then I think
He's in a simulation.
he's in a simulation, or it's rather the fact that he's the only person able to afford living in these like luxury apartments.
Yeah.
That again, no one can fuck. And you're right, they're not us,
Yeah.
but fucking who?
Who?
I'm sorry, like, look, I live near Van Nuys. Who the fuck wants to live there?
You?
I live in a fucking building that is fucking one like water pipe bursted and destroyed an entire apartment. I live there because the rent is ridiculously cheap, and I fix like 80% of the fucking problem.
There you go. See, you answered your own question.
Felt like living in Van Nuys is like hard mode.
No.
Like living in hard mode. Like, was it like in WoW? You know, when you go to a new area and then it says what level you need to be to live.
Everything is red all the
Van
time.
Nuys is like, well, what level would it be from? Like level 80 and up.
I mean, you did say when we were setting up, you like to make things difficult for yourself, like the fucking light.
Okay, here's the thing. Shut the fuck up. It's like, okay, look, maybe this is just my own little weird habit. Yes, I do in fact like making things difficult for myself to a certain degree, so that when actual difficult things happen, they don't take me by surprise, or I'm not like, oh God, how do I handle this shit? Yes, I do admit that's a little fucking weird. I'm just saying.
You're a sadist, masochist. There you go.
What?
You just like to fucking inflict pain on yourself.
I'm not a masochist.
I don't know. The light thing says otherwise.
Shut the fuck. Stop fucking.
So just to give people an idea, all you have to do is once you set the fucking modifier up, just put the light on top, turn it. What do? I put the light on top, and then I try to put it, and then I'm having a hard time.
Now,
and you lost the locking nut.
Now, see, Jason forgot to add that in the beginning of his entire statement that yes, the locking nut that stopped the little swirly things to locking in is gone. I know it's somewhere in my room, but I don't just like, that's an avoidable thing that I don't have to like make hard for myself because it's already a continuous problem. Shut up. Fucking I just fucking don't like that they're building all these damn like fancy apartments that, and I even run through them. Like I run around, you know, because they're in my way when I go jogging. There was like 2 people out of a 46 room apartment. Only 2 people, 3 families or whatever, or maybe 3 couples have lived there for like the 5 or 6 years that I've lived in that area. And then, I don't know, dude, I'm just fucking angry. I wish that money could just go to me. Like, why can't I launder that money for myself, you know? I should learn something from those.
I've told you to sell drugs, but you don't want to do it.
I mean, you know,
you're in the neighborhood.
Look at my.
You're already one step there. You already went in the right direction.
See, and just like a lot of the acting roles that I don't get picked because I just don't look like a drug dealer. Like people are gonna come into me like, you know, rich people looking to buy cocaine and look at me like, look, man, you're not a drug dealer. You can't be selling that. I'd be like, no, please, I have the rock. Like, you know, like believe me. And they'd be like, nah, man, you just don't have the face to be my local drug dealer. I'm sorry. And
you know who you would be good at?
What?
You know those roles in pornos where like the boyfriend's girlfriend's cheating on another guy?
The cuck?
Yeah. You could be the cuck in those videos. Brazzers hiring.
And they pay so well with outstanding health package.
All you gotta do is show up with like a fucking some slacks and a dress shirt.
I don't know where I heard it from, but I heard like, was it Florida? They don't allow those.
They banned pornography.
Why? That's like another avenue of money that could have just like,
because you know,
the porn capital of the world.
Why?
Actually, no. I think your area is the porn capital of the world.
Fuck no.
The San Fernando Valley. That's where all the porn productions are at.
Probably for editing, not for shooting.
No, that too.
No.
Look it up. Look it up on your phone. San Fernando Valley. Now it's probably changing now.
Is San Fernando Valley an epicenter for film pornography?
It is?
According to Google AI or whatever. The valley became the pioneering region for producing adult films in the 1970s and grew to become home to multi-billion-dollar pornography industry.
Told you.
Earning the monikers Porn Valley, Silicon Valley, in contrast to Silicon Valley nicknamed Santa Clara Valley, and San Pornendo.
Told you. I don't know why you think I would lie to you. What do I gain from lying to you?
The joy of fucking with me.
I fuck with you different ways without having to lie.
That's funny. You got me.
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
I admit defeat on that one. You're just a sycophant when it comes to this bullshit. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen.
So, do you know what?
Ladies and gentlemen, as an actor, I still can't even get roles as the cuck.
Your day will come.
be up there on the Oscar stage. I just want to give thanks to Brazzers for helping me break through to my very first role.
There's a dude on Pornhub. He was #1 in like the ranking for porn.
Like in filming it, watching it.
And it says like most viewed.
Is
most
he the
viewed.
one who he's not even porn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name was fuck Johnny Hard. It was something like that. It's a porno name, but it's like safe for work videos.
Oh, really?
But they're not porns in it. It's weird. And he was the #1 viewed porn videos on Pornhub.
So what does he film? Only like the films
It's like this.
before and after the porn?
No. It's just like this. It's like real. It's nothing about porn. He just puts it on Pornhub. He's like a comedian.
Oh, so like. So like those videos of somebody doing pre-calculus, and then they're like,
yes, I haven't seen him, but he won best male adult porn because he was on Pornhub.
That's funny.
So he took a platform that no one should be going on and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this.
I do remember just seeing like Reddit post of like, I can't believe I came at a point in my life where school can't teach me certain levels of arithmetic, but when I go to Pornhub, I get a dinner and a show.
I'm curious, does Pornhub pay more than YouTube?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
We can call him. Hey, you guys pay more than you do. I know their restrictions are a lot less than YouTube.
Oh god.
I mean, like, what are they restricting? What are they restricting advertisement on that website? Except for like some real demented shit. But like,
Probably all the demented shit. They probably put like they'll link like their affiliates or like OnlyFans or many.
You know what?
bitches.
You know what we should try? Uploading a movie on there and seeing if we get like a DCMA on it. I'm just very curious. Like, what's their policy?
well, I do know that no matter what, I don't think you put like full like 10-year-old movies. You know?
No. I'm not even talking like what if I wanted to put like Casablanca on there and watch it? Will I get a
It is
strike?
no, 'cause
Will
it's
I
public
get a
domain, isn't it?
strike? No, I don't think Casablanca is not public domain. Is it?
Let's see.
I think it's from the 30s.
Imagine a person watching it thinking it's some kind of like parody, and he actually watches the whole movie. It's like, oh, where's the porn?
It's like, wait a minute, I just sit and watch a whole movie.
Yes, the screenplay for Casablanca is in the public domain.
Screenplay, but what about the movie?
Surprisingly, the copyright of the hit film released in 1942 was never renewed. If it had been copyrighted, protection would have lasted 95 years, and the work wouldn't have entered the public domain until 2037. Another unexpected fact: in Canada, the movie has been in public domain since 2003. Yeah, the movie is public domain.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm gonna go on Internet Archive and watch another movie.
Just create online Pornhub, and we have that blue checkered bar.
Just put all Rolling in the Mist on there.
Yes. And we.
So when you're done watching Risa Sims, you can go watch our next episode.
When you feel empty after letting it all go, come fill in your heart with.
Dude, how weird would it be? Like you're like there's like bootleg arcade, and then right next to it is like Gina Michaels taking on 5 black. It's like, what do I want to watch? Decisions. Do I want to laugh or do I want to jack? They got 2 options here.
Wait a minute, I have dual monitors.
That'd be kind of weird. Like someone's jacking in and they look at.
I would imagine it'd be hard to stay focused after that.
They're about to bust inner city police. They just laugh. You're like, I don't think it was about the destination. It was about the journey that I spent with these guys in my free time.
That's horrible.
I mean, look, if YouTube is so restricted right now, because, you know, man,
Dude, you should live stream there. Why not? You don't have to worry about Twitch competitors.
beyond those cam webs.
Dude, be like a chatterbait.
And you know, like
It's just you playing God of War.
instead of tags like you know, redhead or big boobs or skinny or whatever, it just says God Space of War. First time playthrough.
Imagine playing. How do you beat this part, guys? Tell me what happened.
And then every guy like mid jerk, he's like, "Hold on, I gotta answer this guy's question."
He's like, if I make 500, I'll do the secret missions.
Oh fuck, I'm crying.
It's like if I get $500 today, I'll play Give Me God of War mode.
I'll change the skin. Oh fuck! I mean, you know what? Like the saturation of the Twitch market of YouTube. What is the other one? Kick. Yeah, Kick.
Yeah, Kick.
I think Pornhub is the way to go. I mean, that pioneering individual who became the male porn star of Pornhub by no porn whatsoever. He can do it. Like I can do it too.
How many people do you see on Instagram with like their OnlyFans leak right there? Like, maybe this isn't porn, and you click it. It's like, no, it's porn. It's like 8+8. You see plus 18.
You give them the benefit of
The doubt. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It could be a cookie show. Dude, if you've ever been on OnlyFans front pages, like it shows someone working out, it shows someone cooking. I was like, we both know there ain't nobody doing that on this site.
We both know what you're here for. We both know what brings in your entire 90% tax revenue.
Dude, it's like when you go to Anime Expo, like you see all the cool anime stuff, and then there's that one section with fucking black velvet just covering everything. You're like, I know what that area is.
There's a line waiting outside of it.
Remember when my cousin, when we went, she's like, what's behind it? I was like, oh, let me see. I fucking open it, put my head around, just look. I see nothing but like this dudes in a line surrounded by hentai. And I just closed the curtains. She goes, what'd you see? I was like, you're too old. Let's just keep, you're not old enough. Let's go.
How many years was that already?
Oh, dude, that was before COVID. So we were.
What, 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the time.
Yeah, she's already like,
6 years already.
she was 16.
Was this like a sophomore?
Yeah. She's an adult now.
But yeah, she's like 22, right? She was 16.
Yeah. Something like that. 22, 23, somewhere around there.
And yet she's still too young to see what exists behind that velvet curtain. You know, now that I think about it, because I've heard a lot of people saying like pre-COVID and post-COVID, is that now like our new BC and AD?
Stupid. I remember the days before COVID.
BC before COVID and post-COVID BC. I do remember that like I lost my job when we went into lockdown here in Los Angeles, and I was working at a cooking school. I remember that like we had so many goddamn employees. Like it was bustling. It was a nice, chill place. And I remember the very last class. It was just me and like the head bakery chef or head baking chef. And it felt like the last scene from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he's standing in the empty house and everybody's moved away. And it's just her, the chef and myself just like looking like, man, we had some great times here. Fuck.
Oh my God.
Do you remember when was bringing materials to like
Olympic?
Not Olympic. This is when we were at Pro and Art.
Uh-huh.
And we used to get pine salt all the time, and he brings Fabuloso. I'm like, oh man, we're hurting now. The shopping at stores with Fabuloso.
Oh my God.
I knew dark times were around the corner.
I mean, you can't deny that shit should not be sold to the public. That thing cleans, but it is like a biochemical weapon.
It kills everything.
Smells good though.
It does. Like,
It strips the paint. It's paint stripper.
Now, speaking of biochemical warfare,
Oh God.
ladies and gentlemen, before we started this podcast, before we even filmed it, Jason called me up one day, and he said, "Bravo, Toby told me that he watched a certain types of films by this certain individual that you need to watch that I want to talk about in the podcast when we shoot another one." Okay, what's his name? Neil Breen. Neil Breen.
Jesus Christ.
Well, he was Jesus.
He was Jesus Christ.
I felt great he is.
I decided, it wasn't until yesterday that Jason reminded me that this was our homework to do because we needed to discuss this. Now, mind you, usually how we do show title, we don't really prep things in advance, but this is something that we needed to brace ourselves for. I have a series of notes that I took
And I got my notes
Yep.
right here.
I typed them out. They're completely, misspelled because I was just typing so quickly while experiencing.
I was writing with anger.
And so we're gonna talk about this
Wonderful filmmaker.
this new age of films that have been lost to the obscurity that is the internet.
They're not lost. They're people
We
know
found them at
about them.
archive.org. But like I think we as film directors, creators, actors, I've learned a lot of things from this man. So I'll start off by just kind of recapping and going through just a little bit of my notes. So the film that I watched, we all watched different films. Toby, I think you watched all of them, right?
I see you now, and I think it was double take. No,
Double down.
double down. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
I watched Double Down. And Jason, which one did you watch?
I Am Here Now.
I Am Here Now.
What a stupid ass movie.
Hold on. So, and mind you, this was shot like mine was shot in like 2005.
I think mine was shot around. I think they're all shot the same year.
Yeah, because I know I saw one that was 2016, 2005, 1990 something.
They all look like they were shot in 1998.
They all look like they were like it was a time capsule. So this guy, he starts off right. He's driving what turns out to be in Las Vegas. I think all his films are shot in Las Vegas.
Yeah, he lives in Las Vegas.
Is this?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. By the way, did your movie have the Vegas sign?
Of course.
Because my movie, everybody. No, go first. Because I got a fucking rant.
Okay, cool. So it starts off, he's driving down like the empty highway that is somewhere in Las Vegas. And mind you, his voice never goes up or down. It stays monotone the entire thing, even when he's like screaming. But here we go.
He looks like he has Botox always in his face.
Yes. I am a covert agent now for hire. For any country wanting to control another, that is what I do. I met my wife when I was 7 and stayed with her forever, and we are getting married. I was like, so she's not your wife yet, but you're getting married.
I will stay with her forever.
Then there's randomly throughout the entire movie him just climbing down like rocks formations.
Okay, I know this.
And mind you, he says, I am a highly trained, veteran and this, like, there is no country that I cannot hack. And mind you, he has like 4 of those like old timey laptops. And he's like
those old
not a
down
single-
laptops.
I think those IBM.
yeah,
IBM
not a
laptops.
single one is on, mind you. But he's like,
I think I remember he was finding those laptops in the mountains. Right?
he was fighting them under rocks.
Wait, did he have a beeper?
No, and this one he did not have a beeper.
Okay.
Then he says, I became so electronically powerful that it scared my government. I warned every government all over the world, as well as the media, that they are not to intervene or locate me, for then I will release a biological attack on every single country that dares cross my path. So you're a terrorist. And then he starts doing doctor shit on the side of the highway. But mind you, these are shots that are not like quick cut to the action. No, you see him slowly pull up, get out of his car, walk over to the back of his trunk, open it up, and then it does the close up. He then puts on his like gloves. And mind you, I'm no doctor, but if you're going to be handling, and he keeps saying, if this drug and these biological things were to get into the air, it would spread massively and wildly. He then gets the needle, he injects the rest of it, and he sprays it in the air to check. And he's like, and then he just puts it all, not even covering the needle, puts it right back in the box. He's like, I can control any major satellite with a push of a button. He opens his trunk, just gets a dish satellite and rams it on the back of his trunk and gets a wrench. And you can tell you don't even hear like a wrench or like it grabbing. He just goes like he's calibrating the satellite, and he just looks at it and then goes right back to tapping.
Let me ask you this: was there a lot of pan shots? Like,
No,
just
surprisingly not.
okay. Because in my movie,
Okay.
I Am Here Now. What a piece of shit this was.
No, hold on. You mean
Piece of shit. That's what I mean.
an artistic endeavor?
Dude, 7 minutes of wide shots before a foot appears. There was just music and a fucking wide shot of a desert, and then you just see a foot just come in. I was like, the fuck is this? Apparently he's robot alien Jesus.
I think he had like ram sticks on his.
Yeah, he had ram sticks on his arms. He had a circuit board on his chest. He has this weird like Planet of the Apes mask that he keeps cutting back and forth. But he still has that monotone like face, like that.
But does your space Jesus live out of his car and only eat tuna cans?
He sold someone's truck and lived out of it.
Because my guy says I make millions of dollars and donate them to orphanages and every other country that has been destroyed by the big corporations and big governments. All I need is to live out of my car and eat my tuna cans.
Dude,
And his fucking has a mouth of that shit.
Okay. So I don't know what the point of mine was. I think it had to do with like solar power and clean energy and
He
the
was like
environment.
applying like the environment. You know what's funny? He only brings up that part up at the end.
Yeah.
But everything else doesn't, like, he never alludes to
Well,
it.
there's a fucking scene where these two girls are talking, or these two women are talking, and they're working for this environmental protection agency or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the most unnatural exposition dialogue I've ever heard. This lady comes up, and I swear to God, this is word for word what she says. I'm so sorry, but due to the poor economy, we're going to have to lay you off, as well as other staff members. We all had the best intentions of improving the nation's sustainable energy systems and environment, but the corruption and greed in big businesses and government just won't let it happen. We're all so disappointed. And she said it in the most monotone fucking voice. Like,
He
who
said that whole
talks-
thing, right?
She said that whole thing. I
Dude,
was like,
imagine trying to remember that whole thing.
no,
like,
I think when she was saying it, he was behind the camera with this, just in big words, so she could be like that.
Fuck.
Dude.
Thanks.
And then the editing was atrocious because there would be like, you could tell.
Well, he does his own editing.
It makes more sense because you could tell he used the whole clip. There was no edit. It's just a whole clip because you could see where the actors are standing. Then they start walking into frame.
No.
You can see, yeah, mine was like that. And then you're like,
He cleaned up on mine.
well, he must have took some fucking
He got progressively better.
dude. Mine was horrendous. And by the way, in this film, because it's about sustainable energy and shit, the greedy corporation businesses and lawyers hang out with the gangsters who all have this one gun.
They share the gun.
They all have these two same AR rifles and a silver pistol, and they all hang out behind a fucking.
Did it have like a black nozzle?
No, it's like it looks like he just sprayed it silver.
Okay, because I think I know which one you're talking about. Because he also has one, and the way he handles, he's like,
Yeah.
I think he uses all the same props. Have you seen the bullhead one? The bullhead
Yes.
skull?
Yeah.
He uses the same
he
thing.
the first opening shot, he drives past, and there's
And
a
does it
human
move?
skull. No. There's a human skull on the sidewalk, and I'm like, isn't this a crime scene?
Dude,
Like,
he found a human skull in the desert, and he goes, "I am also disappointed in you, the human race, the human species." That's what he said. And he looked at the skull. I'm like, "Bro, that's a dead body. Like, what are you?"
okay, so going back to the synopsis of mine, real quick, we're interrupt. After his monologue of like, I donate all my millions of dollars that I get from my illegal contracts of assassination and bio attacks. He says he literally deploys biochemical weapons. He says, I take out the greedy corporations. And then you see a hand covered in dirt, and the hand goes, like, it's struggling to life. And I'm like, is it dead? Is that him? And he goes, then just 20 seconds more. And then cut.
So for mine, the greedy corporation. Okay, so it's just so all over the place. So I'm gonna just kind of be all over.
Yeah.
There's this woman. She's worried because she lost her job at that environmental protection agency. So she goes, and I have this baby. By the way, she only calls it the baby. It doesn't have a name. It's just the baby, and she loves her baby. But her monotone voice doesn't give that any kind of hint of love.
Any love or any sort of emotional
If I remember,
connection.
her friend tells her to kind of.
No, it's her sister.
That's her sister.
Yeah.
She says her to be a hooker, right?
Yeah, hooker. So she takes her sister takes her to the gangsters and corrupt lawyers, again, who all hang out at this abandoned, destructed house. They all just hang out there. And by the way, they're not doing anything. They're just standing around talking.
They're just playing dice.
No, they're not even doing that. They're just like talking. Like it's like I was like, let me get straight. These guys are rich and powerful, and they spend their time hanging out in this fucked up area
With gangsters.
who all share this one gun. And so
I guess.
Hey, man.
Hard times,
have been
man. Hard
hard.
times.
so
That shit, they caught the ball. It's like, how many shots did you do? How many shots?
so the thugs see the two sisters, and you just see this dude. By the way, the camera's just straight on his face. It's like this is him, this is the camera, and he goes, "Damn, I'd hit that all night." And the other dude goes, "Nah, me first," and shoots his. And by the way, his scream.
Like, oh.
Dude, they all sound like PlayStation 1 voice actors. That's probably the best way to describe their acting.
I'm sorry. Before you go on. Not me first. Ah!
You didn't have to do that.
Dude, it gets better. He reuses the scream.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So there's a guy who gets beat up and they cut his finger off. It's the same scream. Ah! And then when another dude gets his foot, like, by the way, there's a guy who off camera, you don't see it. He's like, "Don't cut my ear." Cuts his ear off. Ah! And he's like, "Not my hand." Cuts his hand. Ah! It's like, dude, he's literally telling you what to cut. What am I watching?
It's torture that cannot be
Best
seen.
part is you find out the sister, the one who told the other sister to be a hooker,
Okay.
I guess she has a boyfriend who we don't find out until like 50 minutes into the film.
Out of how long is the film?
An hour and 26 minutes.
Okay.
So it's almost to the end. So we see this new character. Like, who the fuck's this guy? He comes out of nowhere. And they're on hard times because she lost her job, which apparently she was also an environment protection agent.
Yeah.
Some shit. So she, in her mind, she goes, I won't tell him the truth. I'm just gonna be a hooker and just make money and survive. And then he's like, she doesn't need to know I lost my job. I'm just gonna rob cars. And so that's what he does. He robs cars, and he goes to that fucking rundown house. By the way, you see that rundown house? There's also a homeless dude on a wheelchair living there, and he's like, the cancer's kicking my ass. Like, what?
Wait, is that the one where Neil Breen comes in and he like does a hand wave and he starts fucking walking then?
Dude, no. Okay, hold on. So,
Okay. I'm gonna talk up to you.
so remember, he's alien Jesus. So he goes around. He by the way, he runs into these two drug addicts. So I'm jumping back and forth. There's just so much shit. Let me see more of my notes. My shit.
We had to write a thesis about these films.
Freaking Neil Breen's a national treasure.
Yeah.
Man.
I wrote barely 10 minutes in. What the fuck is happening with a question mark? I didn't know what was going on. Drug heads drinking and doing drugs in the middle of nowhere. So there's these couple just shooting up and drinking. By the way, they have no liquid in their beers. So they're just drinking a bottle of empty bottle. And Neil Breen walks up and the drug head is like, shoots him with the same silver gun that the fucking gangsters have. He goes, "Whoa, am I in heaven?" After he shoots the guy, and then he goes, "Your weapons cannot hurt me." And he like does this, and then fucking
Heels.
I think he edit everything on Windows Movie Maker because that's how it looks like. Because he does this, wipes away the bullet, freezes them, and by the way, the actors fake freeze, so it's like this, but they're still moving.
Yeah.
Because you know you could tell they've been holding it too long. And he steals the dude's clothes.
He Terminator fucking.
Well,
I need
no,
your
he like
clothes,
put
your
him to
boots, and your
sleep.
motorcycle.
Like he put him to sleep to steal his clothes, which by the way were just raggedy jeans and a torn up black brown shirt. So he's going around trying to blend in, which, by the way, all these people in this movie, they just stand outside buildings, or like everybody stands around the Las Vegas sign. Welcome to Vegas. Nobody goes and gambles. Nobody. Well, that's another thing. When he steals the dude's truck too. That's how he gets that white pickup truck.
Because that's what Jesus is known for.
Did he have the same white pickup truck?
No.
Okay, I had to get a white pickup truck. So that's what he must have got at Enterprise that day. So he's driving into Vegas, and I think what he was trying to do was show like the luxury of Vegas.
Yeah. The Sodom and Gomorrah of it.
Yeah, and like you just see like the casinos and apartments.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's trying to show like the girls who are, by the way, the two sisters. It's the same actors. He's just using, and they're not even in a Vegas pool. They're in a fucking house pool, and they're just laying with no tops on. But they're like
they're facing down.
facing downward. And I was like, why does this look weird? Because one, he used that shot at the beginning, so there's no explanation to that shot. He uses that shot again, and then when you finally figure out what that shot is, it's the two sisters hooking up with the corrupt politician.
Oh, so it was like it was
was
meant to happen.
Yeah,
Oh, foresight.
but he's using it 2 times. And then fucking another shot I didn't get till the very end of the film, which he used at the very beginning, was him in a motel with one of the sisters on the bed. Same thing. Her breasts are facing downward, so you can't see anything. Just her back tattoo of wings. And he's just like, and he walks away. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, what the fuck was that? Dude, like he wants to like touch her, but he
baby now. He's like,
Is that how the Holy Spirit did that to the Virgin
Dude,
Mary?
it's so random. What else? When people freeze, they're not in sync. So like when like he's supposed to be like stopping time. So everyone needs to stop at like they're supposed to. But like one dude was off by like 3 seconds, so everyone's like this, and then he's like,
Oh my God.
dude, it's so dumb. And I think the funniest part for me was the boyfriend from that other. We'll call Sister A, Sister B. Sister B, the one who suggested to be a whore.
Yeah.
He walks up to me and goes, "Hey, I heard you guys are a gang. I want to join you." And they're like, "You're that asshole that steals from the cars. You are bringing too much heat on us." So they beat him up and kill him. You reuse that scream, again. So they go to the boss, who I guess is the boss. This is like young, bald-headed black dude. And they go, "Boss, we got him." He goes, "He won't be a problem no more." I was like, I didn't even know he was a problem because he stole like 2 cars and that was it. They took the curtain off. And by the way, that Sister B's with the gangsters. I don't know why she's there, but she's there. They all like hanging out at this abandoned, broken
She's a
down.
bad influence.
Yeah. By the way, this abandoned, broken house is also where the homeless dude in the wheelchair lives. So just keep that in mind. They moved the curtain, and they used her scream the same shot 3 times. It's her in like a profile shot looking down. She goes, "Ah!" Like she's screaming. She does the scream 3 times. She goes, "No, no," but like she doesn't even. They don't have names. These characters, they don't have names. And it cuts to the wheel guy, and he's just looking. And Neil Breen just appeared. He's hiding behind a broken window, just like that. It cuts to the wheel guy, and it gets to his inner mouth. Like, "This cancer's kicking my ass." I was like, what is happening, for the love of God? What is going on? And to get to what he was saying, because again, this is Neil Breen has a connection with the wheelchair guy. And he's riding on his wheelchair past Sister A with her baby, who's, by the way, she doesn't have a house. She just walks her baby in a stroller and then hooks up with gangsters. Like that's her day in her life.
It do be hard out there for a pimp.
So wheelchair guy rolls by her. They just glance at each other. He goes back, "That cat's just kicking my ass," there's all that. And Neil Breen finally appears. He goes, "You will live." Does this? He's young.
The old homeless guy?
The old homeless wheelchair man is now young. And the sister A looks, he goes, like that. Like that was her reaction. And then he can walk. He gets up, gets up and starts, and he walks with her like they fell in love. I was like, where are they going? What is going on here?
At the end of the day, the guy still don't have a job.
He
so.
still don't have a job. He's still homeless.
Yeah, he doesn't have cancer and he's young, but
She don't have a job. She just walks the baby.
nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. And then how does the film end? Neil Breen crucifies all the corrupt politicians.
Yep.
And they're not really crucified. They're just like the plank of wood is just like this. And he's like, the human species has failed me. I will destroy this planet and start again. And then he gets his little crystal ball that like fucking fell from the heavens. And he goes back into space, and that's how it wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now experienced the barely limited telling of this fantastic movie. Suggest watching it for yourself.
No.
Here's how mine goes. So, after he keeps pushing that he has biological bombs and everything, that he's the good guy, he says, I have to test out my new virus that, again, if it gets into the air, it would be very deadly, or into any water source. You know what I'm going to do it? In the Hoover Dam. I'm going to test out my chemical warfare here before I drop it into the lake. And he goes and he drops like fucking flour into the lake. And he's like, And then you could tell, like, it cuts to like a row of dead fish that, mind you, are not native to fucking Hoover Dam. I even looked it up, like, what kind of fish? Like, they're not native. But they're like nicely laid out in a line. And then he's like, And then he looks up and he sees his dead parents in like robes. And he's like, son, we forgive you. You have to let us go. Ah! And then it cuts randomly to him in a graveyard on a tombstone, putting his hand. And he's like, my girlfriend, wife that I've known for so long. And it cuts to a body bag that is like empty, then it has hair, then it's full, then it's moving. And it's like, is there somebody in the fucking body bag? Is that a body bag? It was like a tent. He then says, I'm skipping a lot of beautiful stuff, but it cuts randomly back to him at the desert, climbing rocks and shit, where he's like, I am a special trained agent. But you could tell he's having a hard time, like, climbing the rocks. And then an old man appears fucking out of nowhere. He's like in a corner in like the rocks, and he goes, and he's like, who are you, old man? I see. You're not dangerous after all. Wait, I'm not done. And he's like,
no, but just like, I know how that's playing in my head because I see this shit.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't have time to waste with you, old man. And he starts climbing the rock, and the old man, like, you could, there is, like you said, no cutting. It's the full shot. The old man gets up, walks a little, and I feel like he sees his mark, and he goes, like he fell and cracked his head on the rock. And then Neil comes back, and he's like, oh God, you're dying. And the old man, like, again, you can barely hear what he says. He gives him the shiny little rock, and he's like, I understand. And he carries them down like the rocks. Cut to, he already made like a gravestone and everything. He puts the final rock, and he goes, I see what I must do now. Again, another random shot of his dead girlfriend saying, you have to let me go. I forgive you. Cut to him in the middle of a living room with a random family who's having dinner with nothing on the plate. Not a single scrap of food is on the table. And he's like, so anyways, the government and the people don't know how much we secret agents do everything secretly, technologically speaking. But yeah, sometimes we have to cause major problems to ensure that our secret stuff keeps being secret. Wow, that's crazy. Neil then looks at the little girl. Hey, sweetie, can I have a glass of water? Okay. Grandma, who's sitting across, can I go? Grandma. Yes. She leaves. The little girl leaves. The dad, I'm guessing, the guy who's next to him, he's like,
no establishment.
No. He's like, our daughter has been diagnosed with brain cancer. Neil goes, I see. I'm so sorry. The little girl comes back with a glass of water, hands it to him. Here you go. Thank you. Puts his hand on her head. You're good now. The old lady who's playing the grandma goes,
Dude, okay. No. It's
wait, let me finish.
the actions though are so horrible.
Let me finish. So, cut. The girl who is a prostitute who says, I've been a prostitute from all my life. She's dead because she got shot. She's like, looks like they got to her. Damn. The CIA really lost a good agent that day. And I'm like, so she was a CIA agent or what the fuck? And then he gets a final call. He's like, it's time. All right. With every computer turned off, there's not a single working computer. He then starts touching his like satellite with his wrench, and he's like, "I've begun the attack." And then he gets an image of his dead wife and little girl, and then little boy, and then normal again, and then they're walking hands. It's just fucking like cut after cut, and he's like, "Forgive me, forgive you, I love you." He's like, "You have to go." Okay. And then he just starts walking down the rocks again. He then says, I have to make this right. I'll start the attacks. Which he said, I'm going to stop the attacks, but he has to start the attacks because his dead wife told him. So he shows cutscenes of major actual real life, like horrible things that have happened that he caused, according to him. He then says, we got to go take them down. Who the fuck knows? He then sees these two guys who are like thugs with AR rifles. And then he has 4 stacked randomly. He's like, I see, there's 4 of them. Which might have been another reused shot. Sorry, guys, to interrupt your break. And you hear, pow, 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 and blood being splattered on him and go, ah! You hear the sound. And I'm like, and at the end, the gangsters, the CIA agents find the gangsters because of him. He then realizes, oh my God, what have I done? I prevented my own attacks, but I've killed. I've done my duty to this. And then there's a part where he says, damn this country. I don't hate it because I'm an American.
Is that where that line comes from? That movie?
That's what I was like. Is that the one he's on the ground? He's like, I'm an American.
Yep.
They can't. Yeah.
And then with that magic rock, she says, don't bring me back. Join me. I will. And at the end, he's like, yes, I've taught these big pharma and big rich people that no matter what they do, no matter their evil ways, I'll always be smarter and better. And then it shows like the 4 old men going like, we need to go to DEFCON 1 or code red, code yellow, like rising because they realize, damn, our entire systems are shitty and lacking and all these people died. Thank you, Neil, for showing us how bad our systems are by killing all those millions of people. And he goes, yes. And now I'm going. Don't follow me. And then it cuts to him in his car, and he has a moment with his wife, who is now reborn into the real life. And they drive off into the sunset. I'm sorry, I forgot to say how his wife died. This is very crucial. This is the only time you ever see Neil's balls in your face.
You see it?
There's a shot where they're like, and like you said, the woman is always looking down. You never see breast, never. But they're naked. Like they're completely fucking naked in a pool. And they're like, oh my God, I love you. I cannot wait to get married with you. And he's like, yes, I love you too. And then you see like, they're very close. They're, like you could tell like she's uncomfortable kissing him and hugging him, but she's like, no. Then you see a red light like mark his head. And I'm like, all right, take the shot. Like that's your target. And then it slowly goes over to her and her back. And you hear, pew, ah. And he goes, oh no. And he goes, doesn't say a sound. Then hard cut to her body floating downwards in the water. And then he's like, ah. And then his body floating next to her body. He didn't get shot, floating in the water. And then you just see his balls right there. And I'm like, word. And then it cuts to him not wet, not floating next to her like her dead body. Him back like holding a bloodied leaf, looked like a lotus, like, oh. And then her to him, and that's when I lost her. She was to be my wife. I've known her since she was 7. I was gonna marry her, my fiance. Just dead stare for 30 seconds, and I'm like, cool. So that was the movie. That's Double Down.
I know you just fucking gave us the whole.
What did he double down? I don't fucking know, but my sanity fucking.
I remember I saw one. He has a twin, and he's also a secret agent. Well, one of them was a secret agent, and another was a druggie. So I remember this one scene that shit made me laugh so hard. I think they're shooting this at a college. So there's a homeless guy. It might be the same homeless guy from that movie. He's right in the middle. There's that bridge. And then he's just walking. He's walking from the left, and he's going to the middle. And then there's this woman, and they bump into each other. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And she gets mad. And it's like, "Oh, look what you did." It's like, "Oh, I'll take you out to dinner. Let's meet back here at 8, okay?" And then she's like, just to say anything, she's just like annoyed. She leaves, and then he goes to the old guy. He's like, "I got a date." And then so he comes back. And then she isn't there, and he's mad. He's like that bitch, and he's walking, and he sees like, wait, is that her? That bitch, I'm gonna get her, and then he fucking follows her, and then it shows a shot of her like in their living room, and she's just like, just hanging out, and then he comes from behind, and then he's basically like assaulting her, like going from behind. He's like, "Why'd you leave me over there? Why'd you?" And they're like wrestling, and you're on the couch, and then I don't know. He says like, "So how's mom doing?" And it's like, "She's doing just fine." And then I was like, "Oh, they're married. Why did they do that? Why did they make it seem like they didn't know each other?" That's a sick game they're playing. Look at how you spice up the relationship.
I honestly think Neil gave them all different scripts, and he was filming different scenes, and then he just made a movie. It's like, I'll take this scene, because there are times, I don't know if your movies had him, you probably seen this in like I am here now. They're talking to him, but like one girl's looking this way, the other guy's looking this way, and then Neil Breen's looking this way. Like, what the are they not even looking in the same directions? They're like,
yeah. Going back to that, where he says like, "It's like they can't do this to me. I'm an American." And then I don't know, there's one shot where he's like running down the hill. Oh! Yes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
dude. So I read on Reddit that people are kind of like weirded out by the fact that like when it came to The Room and Birdemic, you saw interviews of the actors. There's no interviews online of any Neil Breen films.
I'm pretty sure they're not really actors per se.
Maybe, but the one lady who was the lead for Faithful Findings, she's the only one that had an interview for like a podcast, and she really couldn't say much.
Really?
She said that Neil's he's kind of iffy.
What do you mean, like handsy?
No, just like
he doesn't like things being mentioned, I guess. So
yeah, and they think that all the actors have signed an NDA. Yeah.
In perpetuity, I'm guessing, like fucking.
Well, there was this one, he was being interviewed. I think they had like some kind of live, where they had when you watch the movie and they have a Q&A at the end, and they had asked them like, if you don't mind, you don't have to answer it, but like if you could tell us like what was the production, like the budget. And he says like, I can't talk about that, but what do you think was the budget? I'm like, what the hell? Why would you ask it like that?
What the fuck? I mean.
But like you could tell like a lot of this like houses, that's his house. And like, what else am I supposed to say? It's weird. You see the red Ferrari?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've seen it?
No, there was no red Ferrari.
Okay, he has a red Ferrari. He hacks, like the red Ferrari is like locked.
Yes.
And he gets his phone and he's just like doing this and he unlocks it. I'm like, what?
He's like, thank God these cars are all electronical, and I can hack anything electronical.
Yeah.
He said, you would understand this biological electronical thing.
Oh, God. I just remember wasting an hour and 26 minutes of my life, and I was so
I say, if they have a show here, we all got to watch it. We got to go down there and watch it.
No.
You know what? If it's something else, say, oh, fuck, this is spreading. just rethinking this movie. And look, I will give genuine credit. He got a movie made.
Yeah.
However,
well, no, he's got movies.
However, he's got his movie made, whether he's part of of a cult, whether this is like part of Scientology and a psyop, I don't know. But as any film creator, any performer, any actor could say, you got a film done. Bravo. I can never take that away. Whether that is understandable, it's not up to me or Space Jesus. But give it a watch, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to experience this awakening of your mind.
Something will awaken anger,
Holy shit.
frustration.
But hey, look, guys, if there's something you want us to give it a watch and maybe talk about it or anything, let us know in the comments below. But I think, guys, before our insanity goes, I think that's a good place to end this episode of Show Title Pending. Give it a watch.
Fucking Neil Breen. We ended on Neil Breen.
It's a national treasure. I love the man.
You decide out there whether he is or isn't. Let us know in the comments below. And let us know, like I said, in the comments below, if there's something you guys would like for us to watch, maybe react to. God, we're going to have to do that now.
Reacting.
Well, I have to react now because I want to be popular. And that's the way to do it on Twitch.
Should never be popular.
Thanks, guys.